Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ahmed Faisal Fiatuddin, and in today's video, I want to show you guys my assignment and a brief explanation how you would do this. So first of all, as you can see here, it's my project assignment and it's already done and it's responsive. As you can see, you can see it with many devices, and as you can see there is a little bit animation in it, and I'm gonna explain briefly, not so I won't explain very deeply, like from zero. If you wanted to learn Webflow, so if you can see, I'm using Webflow for this assignment. If you want to make this from zero, if you want to know how to make this kind of landing page with Webflow, you could learn from zero for in another video. So let's get started. For the first thing is that I wanted to talk how to build this snapper because it's actually very simple. But before that, before doing anything, before you build your website, before you build your landing page, before you design, you start designing and start prototyping. The first thing first is that you would want to build a style guide. What is a style guide? So let's can I answer this? So style guide. Uh, so style guide, as you can see, there is the style guide, but I've just make it hidden. So let's okay. So style guide is how you want to make the style so that you don't have to copy paste. For example, you want this all H1 to be exactly like this, to be all capitalized, and you want, for example, like the size of this, you want every H1 had the size of 3.3.2, and the color style is dark, and all of that. So there is small button and large button. So for example, when I go to this, and there you go, this actually just a normal try for free sentence. And of course there is actually something called classes. So what classes does is like component from Figma or style, if you know Figma. So let's try this. So as you can see here, I built the button style for the small one. Let's click on this. As you can see, there is a lot of options. There's a lot of settings that I've made, and when I apply on this, let's type the class. So as you can see, I've named this class is button small, and this is button large. So let's apply this try for free to let's make this try for free a button. So what you want to do is just type button small, and there you go. It's applied. The style from this button is applied, and the things from that button is applied to this sentence. And let's apply this, for example, the large button large. As you can see, so yeah, simple as that. So what I wanted to talk in this video is actually very simple. It's just how to make, like, wait, let's hide this. No, there we go. So what I wanted to talk about is actually just how to make an animation into your website. So as you can see, when the page loads, there is an animation. The text is going from bottom to top, and with the opacity 0. So it's actually this this text is actually this text is animated from maybe 30 pixel to the bottom, and then when the page loads, it starts the animation and it's going upwards. And two other things is that how to make this animation. So when you hover the button, as you can see, there is actually a shadow under the button. So when you hover over the button, shadow disappeared. And the opposite of this button, when you hover, as you can see, it's highlight the button. The shadow spreads more. I think that's chewy animation. So let's start it. So first thing, let's make the container, and let's fill the h1, h1. Okay. Let's type, just for example, let's just type hero paragraph, hero graph, and then let's add a button. Oh wait, first of all, let's add a paragraph, not a paragraph, and then a button. Now, as you can see, the button is on the corner. I wanted to make on the middle. What you wanted to do is you select the container. Container. Let's make it flex, and then switch the button all center. There you go. Now let's apply this button. Let's apply a style in this button. Let's apply large. Now let's change the text. Let's say join us today. There you go. Now, first of all, let's go for the simplest one. I wanted to make this button when I hover it, it highlights the button. So what you wanted to do is click on this, and then there is a hover states. There is so many states, so click on the hover. And what you wanted to do when you got this hover state, don't then click any, don't click this page, because when you do click this page, it disappears. And when you change it, it doesn't apply to the hover settings. So what you want to do is click on these hover states. So when you see this hover, that means you are editing you're editing the button when you are hovering, when your mouse is hover it. So let's change the, I think, what is it? No, there you go. Transform the shader. Let's make it 20. Let's make it for about, let's try 80. How about 50? Size, no, 40. No, I think that's about right. As you can see here, when I hover over this button, it highlights or the shadow gets bigger. But in this page, as you can see, there is an animation, but unlike this one, it's like a static animation. It's like an instant animation. I wanted it to be like slow. So let's try this. And then plus on transitions, let's say poke shadow, and then make it 400 millisecond. Now, as you can see, it takes time to highlight the button, and you can do the same for this one, but the opposite. There is actually a little bit shadow here. So what I wanted to do is when the mouse is hovering over this button, I wanted to I wanted this button I wanted to the shadow of this button is disappear. I wanted to disappear. I mean the shadow, not me. Now, of course, click on this one, and then states hover. Let's change all of it to 0. 0, 0, 0. Now it's looking good. As you can see now, the last thing is that you have to change the transitions, box shadows, and let's try 400. Now let's see. As you can see here, it's going well. Now let's move to the hero paragraph. Hero paragraphs and the paragraphs. So I wanted to, and of course the button as well. I wanted to make an animation like this when the page loads. as you can see, it's gonna start this animation. It's actually pretty easy. So click on this hero paragraph and then click on interactions, page trigger. Let's click on this page load. When page starts loading, select an action, start an animation. Let's click on plus. Let's rename it hero paragraph. Now let's get action move. After that, plus on this end, click move. So there is two H1 headings animation. So for the first one, I wanted to wait second one. The first one, I wanted to wait set as initial state. Uh, so this is the first one. This is the initial state. Let's click on the second headings. Duration would be 1 second, and let's select the easing. There is a lot actually, ease in, ease out. You can experience yourself. But for this project, I want it to be in, out, quad, and let's set this to be, let's try 80. Now let's start. Wait, it's 0. Let's start the animation. Wait, what? Wait, I think I messed up. Oh, the initial state would be 80, and this one would be 0. Now let's see. Very good. Now, but when it loads, I wanted to make the opacity when it was here to 0. So let's add more. Let's click this, and now opacity. Let's click on 0. Now click on this one. Let's set opacity to this one in output. All of the setting is the exact same thing. So the duration is 1 and the easing is in out quad. Let's change the opacity to 100. Now let's play this. And as you can see, this is the animation that I wanted, so that's perfect. Now let's set the paragraph so the paragraph and the button would be doing the animation, the same animation as the H1. Let's add plus, move, initial state, or let me, let's try 60. Let's add move duration 1, animation in outward, and type 0. Even though, as you can see, this is actually 0, but you still have to type 0. As you can see here, it is actually 0, but even though it's it's typed 0, it's actually not. Let's see when I type 0. It backs to its original place, its original position. Now let's set the opacity. I want to make 0. For this one, wait, this is actually 100. Opacity 100. When we have code, I'll say there we go. You should move the paragraph from this section to a new section so that this starts after the animation on the H1 ended. As you can see, this one. And then for the last one, let's make for the button move and then set as initial state 60. Let's add again opacity. Let's set this to 0 and then click on the end, transform move version 1, set to 0, set the inner chord. Yeah, I think that's good. Now let's add the opacity. Let's set this to 100. And there you go. It's perfect. Let's preview the page. As you can see now, we got the animation that we wanted. And of course, it's just a simple it's very simple and it's very short tutorial. And if you wanna get this, like wait, if you wanna get these assets, I'm gonna link it in the description, and also the tutorial that I've watched and learned from in the description as well. Thank you. That's all from me. I'm Ahmad Faisal Fithuddin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi